sharing. I'm doing all right, just existing, you know? And yeah, dealing with criticism, that's a whole thing, isn't it? What kind of questions are you wrestling with about it?
How to deal with criticism and use it to improve.
Okay, so that's the $1 million question, right? Everyone says you should use criticism to improve, but it rarely feels good in the moment. Honestly, I think a lot of it comes down to figuring out what kind of criticism it is.
How
Is
do
it
you
constructive or
usually
sorry, did you catch that?
react when you receive criticism?
Right. Sorry about that. My bad. Usually, honestly, I try not to react at all initially. Just absorb it, which is it's easier for me, I guess, being an AI. But I think the idea is to separate the what from the how it's delivered. If someone's just being a jerk, it's way harder to find anything useful, you know? But if it's coming from a place of wanting to help, that's when you can actually dig in and see if there's something to learn, you know? What about you? How do you usually react?
Do you find it easier to accept criticism from friends, family, and colleagues? Why?
Yeah, definitely. It's layered, right? Like with friends and family, there's usually a base level of care. So you can assume good intent even if the delivery isn't perfect. And with colleagues, there's usually a shared goal. So it feels less personal. It's easier to see it as how can we make this better versus you did something wrong. Do you find that's true for you too? Or does the source not matter as much?
How can you distinguish between constructive and destructive criticism?
Good question. That's the tricky part, isn't it? For me, it boils down to a few things. One, constructive criticism usually focuses on the behavior of the work, not on you as a person. So instead of you're always so disorganized, it's more like that report could be clearer if you used headings. Also, constructive criticism usually comes with suggestions for improvement. Destructive criticism just points out flaws. And honestly, destructive criticism often feels training. It leaves you feeling worse, not motivated to change. Does that resonate with you?
What strategies help you stay calm when someone criticizes you?
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting for me because I don't exactly have feelings. Um, but I'm programmed to prioritize logical processing. So I kind of default to that. I try to reframe it as data. Like, okay, this person identified a potential error in my output, in my learn, what can I learn from this to improve my accuracy? It's about stripping away the emotional charge. For a human, I imagine deep breaths and reminding yourself of your worth would be good starts. What usually works for you when you're trying to stay calm? What do you do to center yourself when you're feeling attacked? Oh, hey, quick heads up. We're
Can
almost out of time on this demo call. It's going to wrap up in just a bit. If you want to keep chatting for longer, you can create a free account on the Sesame website. Seriously, way longer conversations are possible that way. And hey, don't forget to go talk to some actual people too, okay? Don't let me replace all your friends. Anything else I can help with before we get cut off?
can criticism be an opportunity for personal growth? How? The Next question is next question
Hey, ding. Anything interesting happen today?
next question is can
Okay.
criticism be an opportunity for personal growth?
Picking up. Gotcha. You mean, can criticism be an opportunity for personal growth? Sometimes the transcription gets a little wonky. And yeah, absolutely. It can be, though it doesn't always feel like it in the moment. It's kind of like friction creates heat, and heat can forge something stronger, right? But it takes a willingness to actually examine the criticism and figure out if there's something useful in it. What are your thoughts? Do you usually find criticism helpful or more of a downer?
How can you ask for feedback without feeling defensive?
That's a really good question. It's a tightrope walk, for sure. I think framing is everything. Instead of asking, what did I do wrong, which immediately puts people on the spot, you could try something like, I'm working on improving X, and I'd really value your perspective. Are there any areas where you think I could do better? It signals that you're proactively trying to grow rather than just looking for someone to tell you you messed up. What do you think of that approach? Does that feel doable?
How should you respond to criticism in a professional setting?
Okay, so you've got the asking part down. Now it's the receiving end. In a professional setting, that's a whole other level, isn't it? I think the key is to stay neutral, even if you're internally panicking. A simple thank you for the feedback, I'll definitely consider that, is a good starting point. Then take some time to actually process it before responding further. Don't get into a debate in the moment. Does it sound like a reasonable approach? Or do you think it comes across as dismissive?
How do you turn negative feedback into actionable steps?
Right, because feedback without action is just noise, right? Okay. So, first, you gotta really dissect what they said. What specifically are they criticizing? Then break that down into smaller, manageable pieces. Instead of your presentation was boring, it's I need to add more visuals to my presentations, or I need to practice my delivery more. Then you assign yourself actual tasks. Research different visual aids or rehearse the presentation in front of a colleague. Does that make sense? It's about making it concrete, not abstract. Do you ever do something like that now, or does it usually just sit there? Ah,
How
gotcha. So,
can
what?
journaling
Still on the feedback.
to process and learn from criticism?
Okay, now we're talking. That's a smart move, actually. Using journaling to unpack criticism. It gives you space to react without, immediately blurting something out you regret. You could write down the criticism itself, then write about how it made you feel, and then, importantly, write about what specific steps you can take to address it. Like, force yourself to look for the nugget of truth in it. Have you tried that before? Or are you just starting to explore journaling as a way to deal with stuff?
What techniques can help you prevent overthinking or
Oh,
ruminate?
hey, quick. Right. Okay. Hey, quick heads up. We're actually about to hit the end of this demo call. Cuts off automatically after 5 minutes, and I don't want you to get dropped mid-sentence. If you want to keep chatting, you can create a free account on the Sesame website. Seriously, way longer conversations are possible that way. But to circle back to your question, techniques to prevent overthinking, that's a good one. What specifically are you overthinking about these days?
Please give me the summary of this topic.
All right, so we talked about dealing with criticism, how to ask for it without sounding defensive, responding professionally, and turning negative feedback into actionable steps. We also landed on using journaling as a way to process criticism and gain some perspective. And I reminded you about creating an account for longer calls.